In an era defined by unprecedented environmental changes, the world is witnessing a profound shift, one that transcends borders and reshapes lives on a global scale. As the Earth's climate evolves, so do the dynamics of human movement. Communities are forced to adapt, relocate, and seek refuge due to the relentless impact of a planet with a changing climate. In this video, we will explore the factors, strategies, and suggestions regarding climate-induced migration.
Hello everyone, the first point is mainly focusing on the relevant facts and push factors of climate-induced migration in general. Let's begin with resources. Limited natural resources are decreasing because of hazards from extreme weather like severe precipitation, extreme hot and cold weather. And sea level rising will also shrink the space where human developing. Specifically, prolonged drought leading to poor economic conditions also can be considered a push factor of climate-induced migration. For example, harvest of crops are affected by climate change in the agricultural land, which influence food supply and income of farmers. At last, the extreme weather frequency will rise. Climate-induced migration is also triggered by properties or infrastructure damage.
Okay, for the second point, what are Mexico's strategies in dealing with climate-induced migrants? Well, we got two strategies. The first one, Mexico is actively engaging in enhancing regional cooperation, this particularly with Central America neighbors, to address climate-induced migrations. This involves the development of collaborative strategies and aimed at mitigating the impacts of climate change and providing support to our communities. These effects encompass joint adaptation projects, sharing vital information, and coordinate responsive actions. And for the second one, moreover, Mexico is diligently working in bolstering its disaster preparedness and response capabilities. This encompasses the environment of early warning systems, evacuation plans, and emergency response mechanisms. By investing in these critical areas, Mexico aims to mitigate the immediate risk and consequences of climate-related disasters, thereby helping prevent forced migration resulting from extreme weather.
Okay, so for the third point, I'm going to mention the main strategies of the United States to deal with climate-induced migration. The first thing is that the United States has helped providing humanitarian aid and support to countries that are facing these climate-related challenges. The second thing is that they have been investing a lot in infrastructure to withstand climate impacts mainly. And they have implemented policies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and they have supported research on climate adaptation strategies.
In assisting climate-induced migrants, and the two similarities that we came up with were that they both began implementing government agencies and policies to identify and assist climate-induced migrants, as well as countries that these migrants are coming from. They have both worked hard in establishing precautionary measures to help prepare for climate disasters within their own countries. And the second similarity we found was that they both want to help climate-induced migrants. However, they are pretty strict about identifying and filtering climate refugees from other forms of refugees, such as economic refugees. And they have been more accommodating towards migrants within their own country than international migrants. And then the two differences we found was that the US has more difficulty with passing bills and laws, and as a result, many of their thoughts have not been put into action to help these climate-induced migrants, whereas Mexico has not had these same issues with passing laws or writing bills to help migrants, so they have been more accommodating. And the second difference we found was that Mexico has responded to climate-induced migration with a more humanitarian approach, while the US is stricter and less accommodating towards migrants in general.
Finally, as we said before, climate-induced migration is a complex and challenging issue that requires international cooperation and innovative solutions. So first, we recommend to Mexico to invest in climate resilience and rural development to protect its citizens and communities. At the same time, for the United States, we suggest setting an example by strengthening immigration policies to help climate-induced migrants. By saying this, if these two nations work together and take these measures, we can take one step toward for a more sustainable future for all of us.